off a little bit with those hydralisks, so it looked like he was simultaneously pressing towards the 9 o'clock direction, so pressing kind of west, and it looks like he's going to continue pressing west with the rest of those hydralisks, losing a lot of them, which again I think is kind of necessary here to kind of refill this supply with ultralisks. Now backing off. But we should see, it looks like some zerglings right there, kind of waiting for the ultralisk to morph. Yeah, there's the ultralisks morphing right there. And he'll have a pretty good unit combination. He might be able to get something done. And you can see that instantaneous refill straight back to 200, right around that 183 mark. Artosis doing a pretty good job of keeping up, though, so it doesn't look like he's gotten too big a hit. He's got a lot, and you can see him adding a lot more factories, kind of anticipating this. He's got a lot of factories running right now, actually. Still a little bit light, though. He's got 6, and you really want more than that to kind of sustain this. He has managed to hold this 9 o'clock. Doesn't have any turrets here, so it might be somewhat vulnerable to some drops or some mutalisks otherwise. But now we see, a lot of ultras gathering up, and those ultras should be able to absorb enough damage to get through the swarm. No mines planted in the meantime, and the zerglings looks like they're in position to kind of clear those mines. And a couple tanks getting caught on that perimeter without siege, and the ultras. Nice little, beautiful. Beautiful swarm right there, right on top of the tanks, and that's going to take out that bunch. Still, okay, finally 3 up on that cliffside edge, but that secondary is exposed across that top lane. He's going to be able to go in and get a lot of SCV kills, maybe even take this expansion out. A single Overlord kind of just scouting things out, so that might be some hurt in the future. And yeah, it looks like this command center might be taken out by those hydralisks, but those ultralisks aren't going to get much further. So a couple SCV kills, a couple kills otherwise. Looks like he lost that Defiler, but once again, looks like a single. He's going to just expend actually the rest of his units here to the north, try to catch a couple of those Goliaths out of position. But again, right back up to 200, and Artosis, not quite there, but he's still not in a bad position yet. He's still got a pretty solid economy. He's still got a pretty solid defense. Lost to secondary, which hurts a lot, but he's by no means out of this game just yet. And it looks like more Ultralisks smartering in. As long as he keeps these siege tanks up on this cliffside edge, I think he's going to be solid, though. It just needs to keep putting more and more siege tanks up there and create more of a blockade. Some more vultures, this is exactly what he needs to do as well, is keep those vultures out there, laying those minefields. Machine being right on top of it, though, keeping these hydralisks out, clearing these minefields right as they're planted. So this is really going to suit him well. That'll keep the path clear for his ultralisks when they go in for large attacks, and it looks like he's got a pretty good-sized ultralisk force and a Defiler ready to do just that. It looks like a drop moving in with a couple of zerglings and 2 overlords, and turrets just now being built. They're not quite going to be in time to stop this zergling drop, and it's going to be a simultaneous attack, a drop there, and a big push down the middle. The zerglings clearing those minefields, some vultures trying to get in the way. They're not going to last very long. There's a lot of siege tanks on that southern edge. He's got the tanks here, so should be able to absorb this attack pretty decently without. Let's see if he can get some good, maybe a good plague, good swarm will help out here. He is going to be able to get to the lower edge of these tanks, but critically it looks like Artosis is losing troops and losing them fast, while Machine is able to keep a really high troop count with this 2-pronged attack. Artosis lost a lot of tanks at the 9 o'clock, and he's losing a lot of troops right here, while Machine is maintaining. You can just see he's keeping up with the Mako, and it looks like he did manage to get a plague off that I missed somewhere here. Looks like the zerglings were somehow cleaned up, I assume, by the siege tank that has 9 kills, so probably attacking in. Look at that ultralisk blood. This is, you needed more siege tanks up here and just keep pounding that edge. But Machine in a great position, going in with another drop, this time supplementing with some hydralisks. So it looks like that secondary has been taken out just recently, and he's going to be able to probably take out this 9 o'clock without some decent reinforcements. And let's see if he goes for a counterattack. This is going to draw some of these Goliaths up through the 9. It looks like he's got whatever troops. So while those Goliaths are out of position, he's going to run some of these Mutalisks in to try to do some damage. Let's see what they can do. Looks like they're stopping and bothering to attack the turret. Unfortunately, those glaives going to the supply depots rather than the tanks, like I think Machine was really hoping for. The Goliaths able to defend at the 9 o'clock, but no SCVs there, and it looks like a drop in the bottom left-hand corner now, so Machine doing some excellent map control, some excellent map positioning here, being everywhere at once, and again, exactly what he needs to do, some beautiful play, and he's going to be able to take this command center out, and let's see if he pushes in for another drop at the 9 o'clock. Got a couple Scourge in the air to try to take out some of those science vessels. Once again, huge economy, once again, bouncing right back up to 200 supply. He's going to do a rush straight down, no siege tanks in position, just 2 siege tanks, and a couple more sieging up with no support, so Machine really anticipating doing a fantastic job of some troop movement. It looks actually like the supply depot was going to get taken out by siege tank splash damage. He's also going to throw in some zerglings. Looks like they are going to be able to breach that kind of an imperfect wall to the north, take out some siege tanks, take out that expansion. So now our Artosis in some huge trouble, really bad economic position. Oh, and these Scourge running right in, able to get 2 science vessels. It looks like a third one going to go at half damage, but these Hydralisks right nearby, yes, easily able to pick it off. And now Artosis is in a devastating position. He's really hurting on economy. You can see all the way down to 91 supply, has lost 3 bases, an infested command center in the bottom left-hand corner for Machine. He's instantly starting to morph in some infested Terrans. He might even be able to push up and take out this 9 o'clock, maybe even do some damage and take that 8 o'clock base as well. But Machine playing fantastically, is everywhere at once, and this is, again, his style of play, what he really plays well in, just having a huge economy and sending units everywhere. And I gotta say, usually it's just kind of the mass moving everywhere and the resupply that he's fantastic at, but right now showing some really excellent troop play, really keeping Artosis off balance, and Artosis down to 67 supply and dropping, and he really does not have the economy to keep up with Machine right now. Machine sending another huge troop grouping right back down into the natural expansion. Siege tanks up above, looks like they're, well, so it doesn't look like this attack's going to do very well, but an infested Terran able to come along that 6 o'clock. Let's see how this infested Terran fares. Just trying to provide some buffer space, I think, to get these infested Terrans in and get them something. I think this infested Terran's going to get squished before it can do anything. So it looks like they're not being all that effective, but there's another drop right on that cliffside edge. Artosis having to GG just because he was swarmed. Beautiful play by Machine altogether. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, check out the articles, SC2GG, CSL, Brood War forums, and LZ Gamer stream on I want to try that one more time. Livestream.com/LZ Gamer. Thank you guys for listening.